Hey guys, this is Victoria back to you with another review of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 10, Episode 5 called A Rough Road. So we get started with Kirk and Kai. They're heading to New York for the big bike ride in honor of the late great DMX. Now, I have to be honest. Um, Obviously, I know who DMX is. Obviously, I know his songs, but I wasn't a really big fan of DMX. And you know how usually it is when someone dies, everybody jumps on the bandwagon talking about, oh yeah, this was my favorite song. I love DMX. Listen, I knew who DMX was, of course. I knew his most common known songs, but would I say I was like a big fan of him? No, I'm being honest. But still, rest in peace to him. Still, rest in peace. To him, rest in peace to his soul. Hopefully, God has mercy on his soul, since he was a very big Christian man. Also, condolences to his family and his friends. But I wasn't a huge fan of DMX. Probably unpopular opinion, but that's just me being honest. But anywho, even Safari goes there for the big bike ride, and Safari's just like anytime or any excuse or chance he could find a way to get a break from Erica, he's gonna take it. And that's just, to me, I just feel like then you got some issues that you need to take care of, because if it's to the point you're trying to, get away from your wife, then that's an issue. That's an issue. So moving on from that, because there was nothing else to say about that, we get to Rene Ruchi. I hope I'm saying it right. Pretty much, she's the girl who has the viral TikTok song, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, the IG model song. So obviously she was explaining how she went viral from that. Just explaining about herself, and I guess she went to South Carolina because that's where she's from, to visit her mom and kids. She's a single mom. The kids' father isn't really in their lives like that, so her mom's just been taking care of the kids, doing the damn thing from what she's saying, and she's a mom like no other. And I think that's what a lot of people feel with their mother. So that's good, as long as her mom's taking care of the kids, as long as the kids are taken care of. That's really all that matters, and that's what it seems like she's all about. She loves to do the music, but it's really for her kids. I think she's pretty. She's very beautiful. Show them what a thick girl can do, okay? All right, Ranny? Okay, cool. They show her doing a video shoot before she went to South Carolina, but she went to South Carolina. She's talking with a friend, because I guess they were playing baseball or whatnot. So she's talking with her friend Hollywood. I guess she's dating the rapper Fujiano. And she was saying how she didn't really do rappers. She never really wanted to date a rapper, but because they both kind of rap, they're both in the same industry, she was like, kind of, why not? But and ever since, he's been so good to her, but unfortunately he got into a little trouble with the law, so he's in jail, or went to, I don't know at the time if he was still facing the charges, but pretty much he went to jail, and he is facing 5 years, or I don't know if he got sentenced to 5 years. I don't know. I don't want to, say the wrong information, but pretty much 5 years, I think, is he got 5 years of jail time. And she's gonna stick by her man, insert the mentally insert the little clip that they always be having on Instagram and stuff of, the female saying, I'm gonna stick beside him, when they with the Dr. Phil episode voiceover. So she gonna stick by him. Okay, cool. Um, we're gonna move on to Amaretta and her brother and sister. They sit down for lunch to discuss about the whole situation when Amaretta had her mom over to confront her about her putting dick before the kids. Pretty much, Khadija, I think is Amaretta's sister's name, doesn't agree with Amaretta. The brother, I feel like the brother didn't even want to I feel like he just didn't want to get in between either of the sisters. He just kind of stayed in the middle. He wanted to stay neutral. His stance is like, well, if that's how she feels, that's how she feels. Whereas the sister is like, no, that's not what it is. She probably, I don't think she said it word for word, but she's pretty much saying Amareta's sensitive. That's not how she took it. Amareta's like, well, you wasn't there, half the time. You was there in the beginning, but after you left, things done changed. And the sister is like, she doesn't feel like that. She doesn't feel that way. And I guess she went into when Amaretta made the diss track with the mom, and the Khadijah was just like, people make mistakes, just get over it type of thing. And Amaretta was like, no, she needs to own up to it and she needs to admit her wrongs. So pretty much it ended up with Khadijah saying, maybe you guys just need counseling or something. And Amaretta's just like, well, she's open to it, but her mom has to be open to it too and admitting her wrongs for the whole counseling to work in the first place. But that's where they end up at. Obviously, we're going to come back to them later on from the episode, but we're going to move on to Sierra. How they do the little confessional talking about how things are good. So Sierra's talking about ever since she done dropped Burger King, that, things has been looking up for her. She been losing some weight. Her business, Money Monsters Academy, has been on the up. It shows a clip of her graduating two girls that was a part of the academy. So things are looking up, but yet her personal life is going to straight doo-doo because her sister, she's having issues with her sister, especially one in particular. I didn't get the name. But pretty much what happened is her sister's a hairstylist too, and she's one of the hairstylists at Sierra's salon. Pretty much the sister ain't paying her booth rent. So Sierra's like, all right, look, you ain't paying your booth rent, you gotta go. So she kicked her sister out of the salon. Her sister obviously feeling some type of way and conspiring with other sisters in the little family group chat, because everybody got a group chat. My family too. We rarely be texting, to be honest, on the group chat. But anywho, the sisters, the little sister, and I think she has a twin sister. I don't know, but they talk in the group chat about Sierra, like pretty much to Sierra's face, which, if you want to, pretty much to Sierra's face, and they. Obviously they go quickly on the text, but pretty much it was mentioned about she need to die and stuff. I'm like, really? Because she kicked you out? Like, is it that serious? To me, I feel like it's not that serious, but maybe this is just for drama purposes. But I'm just like, if this is really how she feel, like, the sister need to go. Obviously we're going to see later on what's going to happen. Because she was talking with her mom, and her mom's like, you got to fix this because that's not what she wants for her daughters. So Sierra said she going to fix it. Obviously, we're going to see at the end of the episode she don't fix it. But to mention death? No, the sister's doing too much. But anywho, we move on to Kirk and Safari with Kirk's best friend, another one of Kirk's close friends, because, Kirk is from New York. He's from New York. Because, earlier in the episode, they show pictures of Kirk when he was younger. And I'm just like, okay, cool. This seemed like one of those little soft, seemed like a soft episode for Kirk, so you could see Kirk's soft side. Did it work? Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit of softness for Kirk. Still a fuck nigga, but just a little bit. Just a little bit. You got to my heart. Just a little bit, Kirk. Just a little bit. But anywho, they do this podcast, they're talking about DMX, and then, it goes into Kirk saying, we got to be there for, our family and friends. And then that's when we find out about Kirk's oldest son, Christopher. And even the people, the producers or whatever in the confessional be so shady. They was just like, all right, Kirk, so give us all the tea about Christopher. So pretty much, we found out he has another son. So I guess that's 7 kids in total, he said. This was before Rashida, when he was in New York, there was a girl he met and whatever. And, things be happening, whatever. So, that's when Christopher came about and whatever. So, long story short, he was kicking it with a chick in New York. They fucked a couple of times and had a baby. So, obviously he didn't wrap it up because, he can't really wrap it up that much from what we be seeing. So, anywho, when they was talking about him, in the podcast, or whatnot. They was asking how old Christopher was, so he was like 29, 30. He hasn't seen him in like 15 years. They just like fell off because I guess Christopher had an addiction problem and mental health issues, and so they just lost contact. But he wants to meet up with him and catch up with him, especially since he's in New York right now. So that's what they're gonna do. Um, Obviously, once they're finished with the podcast or whatnot, Safari and Kirk go outside to talk. At this point, I'm annoyed with Safari keep talking about him and Erica's issues because I just feel like it's simple issues that can be simply resolved just based off of basic communication and two people trying, 100%, because I feel like neither of them are trying 100%. I feel like Erica's just fed up where she's just going to be petty with every interaction and conversation with Safari, and I just feel like Safari, I don't know if he's just dumb that he can't really see what he needs to do to work on his relationship, or if he just doesn't care. I feel like it's a little bit of both. So at this point, everyone he talks to, he's talking about the same thing, his issues with Erica. So at this point, when he was talking with Kirk, I was just so annoyed because I'm just like, okay, we could go on to the next thing next. And I guess that's when Kirk goes into talking about his son, which I already said the whole spiel about. So obviously, I can't wait till we get to the scene where Safari has lunch with his mom, but that's, a couple of scenes away. So we move on. We get back to Rene Ruchi hanging out with her family at her mom's personal lounge. She got to make it known. My mama got her own personal lounge, okay? So she's talking about, I guess, what she's got going on, I guess, with her manager. I didn't really get his name or who he is to Rene, but she got a lot of things going on, so she's just been on the road like nonstop crazy. And in my head, I'm just like, dang, you got all these shows going on during, COVID, the pandemic, because it's still here. And with the way they make the way, I mean, I don't know if they're making it sound like that, but the way things are going, the numbers are going up. So I'm just like, and this is around April, so of 2021. And she just got a lot of shows going on, but she's busy, she's doing her thing. All the young artists in this season are just on their grind, which is good. That's what I like to see. So pretty much she usually has her kids with her when she goes on, I mean, should I say tour, on her shows, on the road. But because of school, she wants them to stay in school, so that's where they're staying back with the mom so they could go to the school. She's sitting down with the kids and, talking with them and pretty much telling, because the kids ask, when can we go? And she's like, when school is done, the day after school, we hitting the road. So the kids want to go. They're upset, disappointed that they can't go, and pretty much, Rennie's just like, I have to sacrifice not being there for my kids so I can make sure I get the greatest life for my kids by, making this money so they can live pretty much a life that she didn't get to live when she grew up. And I get that. I get when a lot of people say that, and, if she's able to do it, that's awesome. I'm pretty sure she's already on her way to doing what she needs to do. But the thing is, with kids, I can't say this with all kids, but like, let's take the Carly Red, her daughter situation. Carly Red said the same thing. She did everything she could to make sure her daughter has a nice life. And her daughter did grow up having a nice life because, Carly worked her butt off. But her daughter's just like, I don't care about the materialistic things. I don't care about the nice things that I get. Even though her daughter said she's spoiled, and I think the daughter admitted that she's spoiled, but she said deep down, though, she just wished her mom was there physically, not with the gifts and all the lavish life and stuff. Of course, she probably enjoyed that too. But at the end of the day, she did just want her mom there, just to be around and, live life like a normal life. Like, I feel like kids would love to have the nice stuff, the nice lifestyle, if they could still have their parents around too, which is, unrealistic unless the mom's just a trophy wife and the husband doing all the work. But then again, then that's when they're going to want their dad around. So it's, I can understand from the parent aspect that you just want your kid to just have the best life ever of what you didn't have. But I also understand from the kids, perspective of, I just want you there. I don't care about that. I just want you here with me growing up together and not just, me being babysitted by my grandma or whatever. So I do understand that. So I just hope Rennie tries to find what's the word? Like she just tries to find a balance between those two. So she's talking with her kids about their dad. I guess she's asking them if they talk to their dad, and the son just flat out said, "Oh, I blocked him." And then the daughter's just like pretty much saying the same thing. They blocked the dad because long story short, that he's neglecting them. Like Rennie's saying the dad lives like 20 minutes away from the kids, but he's just doing his own thing, pretty much deadbeat daddy. So the kids are like, "What I need him for? He don't even come around here. He 20 minutes away, and you doing everything for us, and always on the road." So they blocked him. They blocked daddy, but I guess Fujiano, being there for the kids, and that really gets to Rennie's heart. That melts her heart. That's one way to Rennie's heart is her kids, and she didn't say that, but I'm saying that, and he's doing a damn thing, and that's why she's gonna stay beside him for all the 5 years. 5 years is a long time. That 5 years is a long time. So, girl, I mean, you gonna do what you want to do, but we seen a situation with Yanni Mendices. I just hope Fujiano will do that to you. Will do that for you too, Rainy. Stick beside you for 5 years if you went to jail for 5 years. Not everybody could be a papoose. Mendices was the first one to show us that. But, she gonna stick beside him for the 5 years, that's half a decade. So, all right, girl, listen. Okay. That's your life. But I think that's where that scene ends. We're gonna move on. We're gonna get to Amaretta, her mom, her sister, and her cousin. They go to this breaking exercise thing where the sister said, I don't know if it was the sister or the cousin, because they both had like the same hairstyle. So one of them was like, "You're gonna say something you want to release, pretty much, and when you break it, we don't talk about it no more." And we already know where they get into with this scene, with this exercise. And we already know what Amaretta's going to have a feeling towards. So they start breaking stuff and whatnot. So we get to Amaretta. She's talking about, her mom's boo thing, her mom's sneaker link, pretty much saying she wants to, she's gonna break his face. And the mom's just like, "I don't care. That's not me that you trying to break their face. It's him." Um, like I said, the mom and the sister on is on the mom's side or whatever, and it looks like the cousin is on Amaretta's side. Excuse me, I don't know what was said that made Amaretta get upset and walk out, but pretty much the mom was still kind of like not understanding where Amaretta was coming from and saying that Amaretta was delusional for thinking how she thinks, because that's not what it is, because she never put nobody before her kids. And Amaretta's like, "No, that's a lie. See, now you making me mad, da 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 da." And then the sister is just like, "That's you, but that's how you feel, da 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 da." So that's when Amaretta gets upset. She goes outside. The cousin goes after her, and saying, you're not wrong for feeling how you feel, and just understanding where Amaretta's coming from. Then the mom and the sister. The mom comes out first, talking to the cousin. I think the cousin's name is Amina or something like that, and saying like, "Don't be filling her heads with all these mental things, like supporting her mental issues or whatever." Amaretta's just like, "Are you serious right now?" Then the sister comes out and pretty much siding with the mom and saying, "Look how you doing, how you acting and whatnot or whatever." And I'm no, actually it was the Amaretta was getting like, she was getting hyped up, like she was about to do something, but obviously nothing happened. But she was just over it because she just wants her mom to apologize. And in my head, I'm just like, "Amaretta, I understand you want your mama to apologize, but at the same time, if you've been dealing with this longer than we've been seeing it on TV. So we just been seeing it for the past 4 5 weeks, and you've been dealing with this for the probably past more than probably 4 or 5 years. So if your mama still didn't apologize to you, she probably never gonna apologize to you. As sad as that is to say, but that's the best way I could. She probably not gonna apologize to you, because if she can't even see her wrong, then she listen. If anything, I would just suggest, as nosy as I am, as nosy as I am. It's just probably best if she were to just have a sit down with her mom without the cameras, without her sister, without her brother, without her cousin, just her and her mom. Personally, no cameras, nobody, just the two of them to talk it through. Is her mom still going to apologize? Probably not. But at least they can have an honest, open conversation without all the other distractions and just have a real conversation. And I'm going to tell her how she feels, and hopefully her mom can understand that, and to the point to say, sorry that you feel like that, but that's not what I was trying to do. I don't know. But like the sister said, y'all just need to, go to counseling or something, or just talk it out, just without the cameras. Because I feel like cameras just make everything too hype and too what it's not, like too dramatic than it needs to be. So I'm ready to just sit down with your mama by yourselves and just talk it out, hash it out. Because too much hurt. But I'm ready. I feel like got more hurt than she's letting on, because she kind of seems like she's always calm and cool, collected about it for the most part. But she probably really hurt, especially if she keeps talking about it. She probably really hurt. She made a whole diss track about her mama. So anywho, they left. The mom was like, I'm not gonna be dealing. No, the sister left first. The mama left. And then I'm just like, well, it is what it is. So we move on with Safari has lunch with his mom. They haven't seen each other in over a year because, COVID. The mom didn't want to leave New York. So since he was in New York, he decided to visit his mom to see how she's doing. And of course, we get back to Safari explaining the issues with him and Erica, which I was already annoyed from the beginning of the episode when he was talking with Kirk about it. So he's talking to his mom, and I just like the fact that his mom told him what's up. Like, no, that's not what woman likes, because she's like, you're the type of person, if something goes left and you don't like what you're hearing or something like that, he shuts down, he goes silent. Safari pretty much agrees that, yeah, he does that. And the mom was like, no, that's not how females like. They don't like that reaction. They want to, discuss and talk and whatnot. And, you're not treating her right. Kids are hard. And because he was telling her that she's pregnant, that she was like 7 months pregnant. And then she's just like, oh, why am I just finding this out now? And then he said, well, she found out at 6 months, and that's when he went into the whole ordeal with him and Erica. And the mom is pretty much just like, well, you need to fix it. You can't just like leave it where it's at. And one thing that just upset his mom was like, she's like, I don't want to see this on social media. Like, that hurts me. I don't like it. Like, I don't want you to ever do that again. Like, she just, she was just speaking true facts to him. And he agreed with her. And she's like, from now on, you call her Empress Erica. Mama Safari, I don't know about all that. I don't know about Empress Erica. But, because he called his mom his queen. And of course, Sapphire is probably his princess. I mean, I guess. I mean, I don't know about Empress Erica, but maybe his mom could be like his OG queen, and Erica could be the OG. Which one is more higher of a status, Empress or queen? I don't know. But then again, that is his wife, so I mean, I guess. I mean, you did knock her up twice, Safari. So I mean, okay, all right, Empress. We'll go with what Mama Safari said. Empress Erica. Okay, cool, whatever. So that's where it is with them. We're gonna move on to Kirk and Kai going to meet Christopher. It seemed kind of awkward when they first met, because they seemed like so excited to go see Christopher. When they first seen each other, it seemed like they just stood there apart. It was kind of like they didn't know what to do. But eventually, as they were talking, it seemed like things kind of melted away, like the awkwardness melted away. And Chris just been saying how he's just been doing way better. He hasn't seen his dad since he was 12. And Kirk was just like, really? No, it hasn't been that long. And Kai is just like, yeah, I haven't seen you since I was like 6. So they just, pretty much catching up. He got 2 girls, he got 2 daughters, and pretty much saying if it wasn't for his girls, he wouldn't be here. And, Kirk is just happy that he's doing good, and he just wants him to continue doing good, especially now that he has kids. And, later on, like a few minutes from that whole scene, we see the daughters come, and I think that was his girl. To come to be with Kirk and Kai and Christopher, and they take pictures, and the daughter was probably like, the younger one was just like, "Who the hell are you? I mean, I'll hug you or whatever, but I don't know you who you are." So obviously, the kids, since it's been like that was probably Kirk's first time seeing the kids, from what it seems. So they don't even know who their granddaddy is, and there was, I mean, obviously that was a real reaction. The daughter was just like, "I don't know you," so they took pictures. Seemed kind of happy. I guess, we seen a softer side to Kirk. I guess cool, whatever. We're gonna move on. By the way, side note, even though we already knew this from like the first time we saw Kai on Love and Hip Hop, but he looked just like his mama. Oh my gosh, that's a spitting image of Rashida. That's like Rashida if she was lighter skinned and a nigga. Kai looked just like his mama. And we're moving on with Kirk's Adam's apple, but we move on to Sierra. This is where it ends. Uh, Having a sit down with her sisters and her mom. I don't know who the lighter skinned chick was. I don't know if that was her sister too. But anyway, she invites them over for some crab legs and Patron. And, you know, Sierra probably already had a couple shots of liquid courage before the sisters came over. So, they all look like the younger sister, the two younger sisters and Sierra, they all, and the mama too, they all have the same face, just different complexions. They all look like the mom can't deny they all look like. Anywho, so they start talking, and Sierra pretty much just like telling the sister, the main one, that like I said, I don't know her name, I didn't write it down, but you know who I'm talking about. If you watch the episode, you know who I'm talking about. But she the one I would say looks the most like Sierra, even though they all look like. But pretty much telling her like, you just don't like me and whatever. And the sister's side is just like, yeah, because how you gonna throw me out? Da, 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 just leave me out like that, out there to dry. I'm just paraphrasing in my own words. And Sierra's just like, you didn't pay your rent. Here's the thing, going back to the other episode with Kirk and his little family drama. Listen, do not mix business with pleasure. I understand that's your little sister, but you even said yourself, she's spoiled. She got everything spoon fed to her while you had to go out in these streets and do what you had to do to get to where you are. Like, I understand she gave her sister a chance, but I'm also happy that her sister couldn't pay the booth rent. She had to go. And the sister should understand that, because she was saying how, excuse me, the sister didn't pay her booth rent, and I guess she was messing up with the other, mixing something about with the other stylist in the salon. So, yeah, if you, first off, you're not paying me my money, you're not paying the rent, and you causing riffraff between the other stylists, you got to go. I don't care, you my sister. First off, if you a real sister, you wouldn't be doing that in the first place. So I am with Sierra on this one. No, I gave you a chance. You blew it. Bye. So Sierra was just like, no, that's foul. Da, 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 da. And we just get to the point where she just calls her sister a bitch. So everybody's just like, the sister gets up with the other one, and they just leave. And in the beginning when they first sat down, I forgot to mention this, but the mom was just like, I didn't raise y'all to be like this, and the mom seems like she understands where Sierra's coming from, but at the same time it's like she just doesn't want her daughters to be having you know issues with each other. And I'm pretty sure that's how every parent feels. So they walk away, and I don't know if they mentioned they gonna bust Sierra's car's windows like Jasmine Sullivan, but Sierra's just like, you better not bust my windows, you better not touch my windows, da 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 da. So then we see the security guards or whatever running, and I'm just like, if they didn't bust the windows, why are we running for? Because the way they was running, I thought somebody bust the windows for real, and I wanted to see the car because I'm nosy, but I don't think they did. But Sierra went after them, the mom and the other chick went after them, and they're just going back and forth, and that's pretty much where the episode ends. And I'm just like, okay, this might be the most fire or drama we're gonna get for this whole season, because people don't like this season. For me personally, I just feel like this seems like more realistic drama because all the other seasons be having like the most absurd drama in my personal opinion. So I was just like, finally a season where it doesn't seem like too much drama, but not too boring to the point where it's like there's nothing to review. So I like it, but I guess a lot of people don't because they want the dramatics, they want the over the top, the Ray J throwing, pushing princess in a pool type of stuff. I mean, if we see that, I mean, cool, I'm cool with that too. But I'm just saying this season seems more like a realistic season to me than all the past ones. But anywho, that's where it ends. We're gonna see what happens next week. Maybe that's it. I'll see y'all for what is it? Episode 6. Bye guys.